Brothers, let's do a little recap on how quickly it was to shackle mankind. Okay, let's think about how fast people gave their rights up. Okay? Let's think about it right quick, okay? This includes everybody. When I say everybody, if you don't know the time, when I say everybody giving consent, I mean every single individual putting on a mask because it's allegedly mandatory. Let's do a little recap here. So, I'm in San Francisco. Here's my story. And I'm like, oh man, something weird is happening. Maybe I should go home. So I flew home and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I need to go get my car from San Francisco. So I flew to San Francisco, right? Everything is allegedly getting so bad, so quick. I'm like, oh God, the coronavirus. I remember I got on a plane, I was wearing a bandana. This is right when it came out. And got to San Francisco. It was like a zombie apocalypse. So I got my car and I dipped out. And then it took me about 7 days to get here. When I got here, by the way, my trip was off the chain. It was, yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Kind of. A lot of crazy shit happened. I get to Florida, right? There's a freaking border check. And I'm sitting there laughing because it just looks like, you know what I mean? It looks set up. It looks like a set up border check. It just looked like it was right out of a movie. So then I get home and it says the beaches are closed. I'm like, the fucking beaches are closed. So I made a video and I walked out my happy house out on the beach and I said, this is God's land. You can't just, and it's even public property. It's not even private property. Before you know it, everything is shut down. Remember? Yeah, everybody remembers, including restaurants, everything. If you wanted something, you'd have to go curbside. So this is what? About 2 months into it. Okay? Month number 3. Okay? Shit started getting a little different. And to me, it was freaking me out because I'm like, is this going to be normalized? Are people giving consent to actually wear masks? And if they are, why are they giving consent? Because from all the people I've asked, it's not real. Okay? This is just a theory that I have. So now everybody's wearing masks. But I was in the hospital, and there's no wait in the hospital, but there are a lot of places giving COVID tests. Now, I really want to see a positive COVID test because I've never seen one, but I do know how they test for it. So, with that said, month number 4 comes around, and some people think it's fishy, but nobody wants to speak up on it because, well, it's becoming the new norm. And let's see what month we're on. We're about 4.5 months. It's starting to become the new norm. But all of a sudden, the beaches are back open. So you think you have this limited a little bit of freedom. You think you do anyways. But really, people are just staying inside their house. Why? Because they're afraid to leave, man. Because you got the fucking government saying that they're going to fucking pull you over if you're driving at night. So that's what, at like 4 months, okay? So now what do you have? Everybody wearing masks, okay? Do you not see the implications here? This is bad, man. The whole world's locked up. And listen, you can live any type of life you want, but I can see this. A lot of people are going through very stressful situations. When I mean stress, people are stressing the fuck out, dude, over this virus. Now, what is a virus? Now, this is where it goes deep into the rabbit hole. And let me take you down to the rabbit hole with me. What is a virus? Okay? We have a virus that is like a disease, you know what I mean, that makes an individual sick. But we also have another type of virus, and that's a computer virus. And that is malicious malware, I believe it is. Yes. So, look around. The Covid-19 stands for Certificate Identification of Vaccination, Certificate of Vaccination Identification. Covid-19, Certificate of Vaccination Identification. So, when you get a virus on a computer and you take this virus and boom, you put it into the matrix, because the matrix is where we live in a simulated computer. It's been proven pretty much, shout out to all my scientist family, that we are in a simulation, and I have to agree with that 100%. Now, it's a very complex simulation, but if you understand the little things about it, it's really not that hard to comprehend. So a virus is slipped into the matrix, just like the movie. Have you ever seen the Matrix, the movie? So everybody's now wearing masks, right? Because people are scared. So what is the virus? It's a virus of fear. It's fear-based mentality. Now, what happens when you get this virus of fear-based mentality? It lowers your immune system. It makes you less motivated. Makes you, well, I'm sure, tired, because everybody's probably getting depressed. A lot of people are going to be drinking themselves to death and doing drugs to death. Like, if you don't know the time, this is the time, man. You are looking at something very biblical. And people are standing up for their rights, but it's just not enough, I'm realizing. Not at the moment yet. So, only time will tell. But I will say this, it's basically, it's almost like the slavery of society. Almost just like it was back in the day of, I don't know. But you understand what I'm saying. This shit's real, B. Peace be with you, also with you. Thanks and praise to the universe. Thanks and praise to everybody. There's only one way out. Energy is a new currency. Get in the 5th dimension and work your ass off at whatever you're doing, because the virus is here and it ain't going nowhere. And if you haven't noticed, banks are shutting down. I don't know. I've seen some things. Start paying attention. Peace.